reminders. Okay. I don't know if you can see the title that I added to this video. Sorry, I'm trying to respond to a few messages here. All right. Okay. Some persons will be like, why is he here today? Why is he coming live? I'm still coming returning from church, right? Um, I decided to do this. I did mention that yesterday I was live on TikTok. I was live on TikTok yesterday. Um, some persons dragged me to that platform to go live, not in a bad way or not in a bad sense. It was because I needed to explain some things, right? And that's why you have the title, which is TikTok Ads Manager for Nigeria, right? So I know some persons who are viewing this probably not from Nigeria, but then if it works for Nigeria, then I bet you it works for you too, wherever you are in Africa. Let me say it that way. Okay. So I'm going to be talking about the possibility of running TikTok ad from Nigeria. And this time we're not talking about using the app. Okay. I have a training on the app, using the app. Okay. One of the best, if not the best training on TikTok ads. And one of the reasons it stands out is that I keep updating the course almost maybe one or two times every month. Okay, and I've remained consistent. And the TikTok Ads Manager for Nigeria, the possibility of it is part of that update. So if you are my student, you've been my student on TikTok ads, certainly you have access to this new update. Okay, so I will be posting after this video. I think I wouldn't edit this video. There's no need editing this video, right? So I'll just post it this way. I'm not sure I will have to edit anything. Okay. Yeah, no need editing anything. But my major reason for coming live, what I wanted to tell you is that I recorded my presence or the live I did yesterday on TikTok on this topic. Okay, I recorded it yesterday, so I was meant to upload it on this platform. By the way, if you've not seen the video I posted on how to run TikTok ads with the ads manager from Nigeria, check around this channel, you'll find that video. Even though it's not well detailed, but you see, I will always give this family on YouTube some privilege. Okay, now if you check it and you can navigate your way further from there, that's good for you. But I know that there are some persons who might not know their way um, beyond what have shown in that video. So I have created a training that will guide you as to what to do, okay, on every stage of it. Now, in the first training I had on TikTok ad, which basically talks about how to run ad with the app, and a lot of things were covered there. Even as at yesterday, I was guiding one of my students on setting up the automated message within the TikTok app, such that even if you are not there, as people are sending you message on your DM, they are getting feedback. Okay, so you automate the message. If they ask a certain, of course, you can prompt them to ask certain questions, and as they ask those questions, automatically they will receive instant responses. Okay, so that's part of how to make your TikTok ads on the app to be seamless, right? So in that course, I treated that. I treated also how to be sure that your links are working. And I did ask those that were live with me in the TikTok live I went yesterday. I said they should just check about three top TikTok accounts. Okay. They should just check and try to click on a WhatsApp link, even if the WhatsApp link is not directly placed on their bio or on their profile. If it's on a link tree, like some of them will embed their links, their WhatsApp link on a link tree, click on that link tree, then visit the WhatsApp, click on the WhatsApp and see whether the WhatsApp will open. In most cases, what happens is that as you click on it, you'll be prompted to download WhatsApp, even though you have WhatsApp, right? So it's part of the errors people are getting and they don't know why. So part of what I did in that training was I had to dive in to find why that happens. And so I sorted it out in that first training. But where I'm heading to is that also within that training, the first training on TikTok ad, which I titled TikTok Ad Mastery, okay? I talked about how to run TikTok ad with the ads manager using the website, right? But then in that one, what we shared was how to use a VPN, okay, so that you are not seen as though you are in Nigeria. So you can connect to a US VPN and you are able to tap into their server there, okay, in a most legal way. And then you can use a US phone number and what else? Maybe address to and set up the TikTok ad manager, right? Even though you are in Nigeria. But the problem with that is that at the end of the day, with all this stress, you still don't have the option to target Nigerians directly. Okay, so that's one fault with that. Even though you're able to create the account, you will not be able to target Nigerians. So for what use is it at the end of the day, especially when your audience or your market is here in Nigeria? So that's one side to it, downside to it. The other downside to it is that you'll be forced to pay in dollars. Okay. So in this new or latest training or course of mine, I've detailed how to set up the TikTok ad manager account from Nigeria without VPN, without US number, phone number. What else? In fact, everything is your Nigerian details. The address Nigeria, the phone number Nigeria. There's no need for VPN. So you use your normal browser and access this. Plus that, you'll be able to target Nigerians. Okay. Now, why I have to come up to say this is that I've seen people come to my DM on WhatsApp and they are telling me that this is not possible. We've tried it. And I said, in fact, I told the person, okay, this is the price for my training. Pay it if at the end of the day it is not what I said that you see, then I'll pay you back more. You see, and the person is still not um, comfortable with the whole offer. I wonder. So I don't want to bring the person to my YouTube space because if the person came here and saw that video that I uploaded a few days ago, probably it will convince the person, but I don't want to go to that extent with the person. But I just wanted you to know that some people are still in doubt. One thing with the online space is that you don't doubt things. Not that you are not, you should believe everything. No, that's not what I'm saying. But you need to know that what is not possible yesterday is even far. What is not possible the last minute could be possible this minute. Yeah, that's how the online space works. Okay, so always stay updated. I tell people this all the time. And so, whatever I'm giving people, I always want to give a disclaimer. It applies for now, right? And that's also why I would want to always give updates. Okay. So with that update, you will always know. In fact, sometimes I don't even know there is an update. It's one of my students that probably did something and things are not working. For instance, I had to update before this latest course I did. I had to update the other TikTok course with another browser they can use to access the TikTok ad manager from Nigeria because the earlier browser I used stopped working. I didn't know because I was busy doing other things. I didn't know. So they called my attention to it and I had to respond with a video. It was 3 days after I responded to that video that I was now working with one of my students, trying to put her through on some things. I don't usually do that, but if need be, I will go. We can do what's it called? This WhatsApp share screen. Yeah, that's what we are doing. So while doing that, I was like, okay, help me click this, click that, and I realized that certain things are now possible. Okay, and so by the time I drop that call, I will go over to my system and begin to research more. And finally, I was able to find a way to access the TikTok Ads Manager platform from Nigeria without VPN, without foreign number, and you also pay in naira. Even though there's a special card that I tell my students to use, and I think so far anybody that has used it, it has worked. That's the card I also use. Okay, so I'll be posting that video of the live I did on TikTok yesterday, but I was saying something. That's what made me, because I decided I wasn't going to come live on YouTube since I've recorded that one. But I decided to come live because while going through that, the recording, I realized that I skipped something. Now, I was talking about running ad, and I did mention the fact that when it comes to running ad, it's not just about having the money to run ad and then pushing it in there. You could waste that money. There are background settings before your ad will work. But let me not even go to that extent. Let me just go straight to the point that I said if you are creating a product and during the creation of that product, you didn't factor in your clients, your customers, your audience, then you've lost a huge amount of the market, if not the entire market. And I gave an instance that as an author, sometimes people come to me and they'll tell me, oh, I've written this book, can you help me market it? And I can't remember any instance I agreed to help the person market the book. Not because there are errors in the book, but because I already know that this person didn't factor in the audience in a way that this book can work or can be sold. Now, that does not mean that if you have the money to run ad, people will not see your product. They will see it. But if your goal is not visibility, okay, it's not visibility, but to make sales, then what I'm saying now is important. Then I asked a question in that live. I asked, supposing you have typewriter as a product to market, the old typewriter, right? I asked, how much ad will you run for you to be able to sell that product? You see that it's not about ad. There's something more important than even running ad. So I did say that ad, the idea of running ad, advertisement or promotion, whichever you call it, is not to make what cannot sell to sell. No, it is to make what can sell more. You see? So it's not to make what cannot sell. You know this thing can sell and you want to force it to sell with ad. It doesn't work. So the idea of running ad is to make what could sell to sell more, one, to sell faster. Okay? That's it. So first check the product you are offering or whatever your offer is, whether it's a product or a service, first check it out and ask yourself, if I was to be presented with this and I was asked to buy, would I put my money down there to buy those products? Again, I did mention that you need to know that any money in the hands or in the pocket of your potential customers or even your already existing customers, any money in their hands is like a trophy. And what it means is that it is only the best that wins that money. You don't buy trophy, you win trophy. Okay? So the person that maybe bought your own product yesterday could today decide to buy another product, not because, especially when people are not buying with sentiment, they are buying what brings them value, right? So you see that if we see those monies in the hands of our customers as a trophy, like I said, it will recondition our mind to always stand out in whatever we are giving. Okay? So that thought is also there. Now let me return to what I was saying about creating a product. You didn't factor in your audience, your market, while you are creating the product. Then at the end of the day, you will struggle to sell that product or to use ad to push that product. It's not that ad wouldn't work, but it wouldn't work as much as it would if you considered your audience. That's one. Another thing is that you might have a good product which you have considered an audience to prepare, but when it comes to ad, you are now pushing that ad to the wrong audience. So this is a good product, but it's being presented to the wrong audience. Wrong in the sense that these are not the people who need it. And that's why um, your targeting when it comes to running ad on any platform is important. Now, you might have to go to that video to see some of the things I pointed out, which I will not be sharing in this video, okay? So I did dwell so much in that video on you as a product creator. And that's why I said, after listening, I said, no, I needed to do this other video, right? Which I'm doing now, to capture the aspect of you not being the product creator or the vendor. You're not the one who created this product. So, what is your approach now for a product you never created? Maybe you are now an affiliate marketer. So, how do you promote this product as an affiliate marketer, being that you are not the one who created the product? Now, if that product is a good one, it means that the creator must have considered the audience, a particular audience, okay, and then created the product around that audience. So if you are going to be successful at marketing that product, any product that you didn't create, it becomes important that you begin by studying the product. So when you study the product, you begin to understand the audience the creator saw before crafting the product. But if you are the creator of the product, you have to have seen the audience before crafting the product. But if you are a marketer of the product, you have to study the product to see the audience. So these are two different things. So for the creator, the product doesn't exist first. It is the audience that exists first. But for the marketer, the product is what links you to the market. Okay? So as an affiliate marketer, if I want to stand out, what I will do is to pick a product that somebody has created and I will go through to study it. If at the end of the day, in fact, if you study what we call sales pages or sales page of a product, it will tell you whether this creator or vendor actually saw an audience before crafting that product. So when you want to market a product, two things you must have in mind or you must be able to get before you push is, first of all, who is this product for? And how you get to know is not to go around asking, study the product. As you begin to study it, you find out who it was created for. Then, with that understanding, you can now begin to look out for where these people might be hanging out. Maybe on a social media platform, maybe on Facebook, maybe on YouTube as we are, or maybe on TikTok, maybe on Twitter. You begin to search to find out where this audience are. I was telling you what happened. We started a radio program for the youths, for young people. Before we started, we are doing a physical program with them every weekend. So I had to advise my boss, the person I was working with at the time, I told him, okay, instead of pulling these people out from their homes every Saturday, let's just go on radio and then make the sacrifice and ask them to connect. So we did that. He bought the idea. So we went on radio. It was a beautiful idea. And we started. But about 3 months down the line, we realized that over 80% of our audience are now older adults, not these people we are targeting initially. And it got me thinking. I was like, what happened? Then I began to do my research, and as I studied, I found the reason. You know why? The reason is the audience that grew up with radio is not this generation, what we call the Gen Zs. No, the Gen Zs are social media, right? So while we are now getting more of the older adults, is that these were the generation that grew with radio, that grew with traditional media. I seen that. So now I'm better informed. If I have something for older generation, I know the platform to go. If I have something for younger generation, I know where to stay. Like here is for the young generation, right? So that's about platforms. So you need to know the platforms where you can get your audience and you push it there. So, like I was saying, as an affiliate marketer, you study the product gives you an insight into the audience. Okay, so you begin to understand, okay, these are the people that will need this and not these people, and based on that you can craft your ad copy. Okay, so that's what to do. But if you're the creator of a product, you first have to be sure that you identify a need. And how you identify need is to look at where people are moving. So once you have identified the need, if you have followed my training, in most cases, I will always tell you that every movement in the world, every movement in the world is powered by one thing. It took me time to find out. Every movement you see, including internal movement within your house, it is powered by one thing. And that one thing is NEED, need. Need. So if you want to understand where the need lies, look in the direction of movement. I'm seated here in, in my place. If I'm to stand up here to get to the restroom, it's because of a need. So if everything I have is within where I am, I might not need to move from here. So if you want to know where the need lies, look at the direction of movement. Always, movement tells you where the need lies. So every movement in the world is powered by NEED, need. So I'm saying this so that you know if you are creating a product, where to look at. That's a major place to look at. Even when you come online, there is also movement. Where is the traffic moving? Where is the comment? Where are the comments moving? Where are the likes moving? Where are the emojis moving? You see? So that gives you a hint as to where the need lies. So this is for you as someone who is creating. Okay? Now, if you got my guide on the 5 checklists to crafting a best-selling product or a bestseller, you'll find that what I've just said to you is just one point among the 5 that you need to know. Very, very important. Because those 5 things are supposed to guide you. That's why I call them checklists. They're supposed to guide you, whether you are writing a book or you are creating a course or you are creating any kind of product. They're supposed to guide you such that at the end of creating that product, you are not wondering who will buy this, who will not buy. No, you know that this product is going to sell. So you can know a bestseller even before the product enters the market. Okay? So my major reason of coming live, I think I've handled that, right? TikTok. I'm not the guy that usually go live. I like to stay behind, do my research, and then. But you see, I'm tired of telling people it works, it doesn't work. So I want to put my face out there. So this is the person who is telling you that you can now do TikTok ads from the TikTok ads manager in Nigeria without using VPN, without using foreign numbers, but using all your Nigerian details. Okay. So in the training, in case you are interested in learning the full course on how to run this, in the training we covered how to set up and how to navigate the payment um, angle to it. And then we also cover there's a major part, okay, the part of CAC, because you can set up an account as a business where you now submit your CAC documents, right? That's your CAC certificate, which I'm also giving as a bonus how to get that done within a day, okay? And beyond CAC, if you want to create a personal account, that's a personal ad manager account, then you can use your national ID card like the NIN. So all those setup are part of what I've covered in this new training. Okay. Now, if you got the old training, TikTok ad mastery, you have this as a bonus, right? So yes, it is possible to run TikTok ad in Nigeria using the ads manager without using VPN, without using foreign number or foreign address, and without paying in dollars. You pay in naira. Okay. So I hope this solves the or settles the argument that has been on this matter. I hope it does. Okay. If it doesn't, the comment section is there. Just hit me with a comment, and feel free to ask any question. If it's the one I'll answer here, I'll answer you. If it's the one I was already answered in my training, then I'll refer you to the training. Okay. If you need the training, I think the bonus or the promo rather, the promo price is still on. Maybe by tomorrow would get done with that, but you can get it by you can find the description. If I can find the link in the description of this video. Okay. So if you have any question, feel free to ask. Okay. Now you don't have the money to go for the training. Yes, I've given you a hint on how to start. Right? We're talking about the TikTok ads manager from Nigeria without VPN, without foreign phone number, every detail yours. Okay. So you can begin with a video I've already uploaded here. Okay. But certainly there is more. There's more. Okay. So I'll be stopping this video here so that I can have my time to do other things. And let me take this opportunity to appreciate everyone who is a subscriber to those channel profit leverage. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. I appreciate your contributions, and some of you that come to my DM to still tell me, "Oh, I'm your subscriber on YouTube," and I really appreciate. Thank you so much for what you're doing so far. I know you'll do more. Thank you so much. Okay. So if need be that I will come live again on any subject, I will let you know, or I will go ahead and do that. I may not let you know, so I'll still come live. Okay. So I will make this public so that those of you that you're having your Sunday party can still benefit from it, right? So I remain Onyinebedun. See you soon next, right? Yeah. I don't know how to shut down this. Okay.